Hey, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com and welcome back to the Healthy Organic Vegan on a Budget series in which I'm giving you 30 videos to help you eat well without spending a ton of money. And this is all leading up to my upcoming ebook on the same topic. In this video, I have a very special guest with me today. This is my lifelong best friend. We grew up across the street from one another in Massachusetts and we're sitting in her parents' incredible garden. Few of you have requested a video on how to grow your own food, so I thought this would not only be the best backdrop, but Sarah has had years and years experience and she's equally passionate about organic food too. So we're going to talk with her about that today. Can you give some really quick, easy tips for starting your own organic garden? How do you get started?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the easiest things that you can do is use containers. Obviously not everybody has the space, and actually this isn't a lot of space. It's a fairly small plot that you can grow a lot of food in.
Wow.
So
I mean, you guys could eat for like,
yeah,
how many months out of the year do you eat from this garden?
This is like at least a 9 month out of the year garden.
Plus, it's crazy.
Plus there's, you know, the squash, the onions, you know, all the root crops that you can store through the winter that come out of this garden. But you can start really easily in containers. You can just use, you know, 5-gallon buckets for tomato plants. You can, you know, which can be recycled. Use like leveled space. If you use,
if you're in an apartment,
if you're in an apartment and you just have a porch in the back, you can basically do a hanging wall and have greens growing out of it. You can have tomatoes that hang down instead of, you know, growing up, so that you can really use that space efficiently. You know, on your windowsill you can grow microgreens, you can grow, you know, herbs like basil, chives, parsley, mint. Mint is a very happy plant to grow anywhere. You know, things like root crops you want to have bigger space for. So if you're doing containers, you want to think about the root space. That's why I said a 5-gallon bucket for tomato plants, because they have a big root space. But for things like kale, you can do it in a much smaller container. Obviously, these are huge kale plants behind us and huge Swiss chard plants behind us. However, you can do baby kale and baby Swiss chard in, you know, that much soil.
That's crazy. So I mean, that is so good to know, because so many people spend like $2 on kale every single time. How much do you think it costs to start growing it?
It depends what you're doing. If you're literally using a plot right outside your back door, your front door, it's the cost of seed and maybe some good compost or, you know, good organic you know, fertilizing material, because you want to make that soil happy. This garden's so happy because it's had years of compost put into it, turned into it, you know, and good organic seed. So seeds are very reasonable. It's very cheap.
It's like a couple dollars for organic seeds, right?
Absolutely.
And then how much crop do you get out of a packet like that?
This kale crop is probably, if you get a normal packet of seeds, is probably 8 of the seeds in that packet.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Right. So when we think about when we think about, you know, what we're paying for food, obviously there's a value to it. But if you're wanting to live wholesomely in every sense of that word, even growing your greens is a huge cost reduction. You know, you have to put the time into creating the space and watering and you know, cutting it yourself, but it's really... How
much time does it take, do you think? How much time does it... Now her mom is like kind of the main gardener out here, right? How much time does she put into this every day, every month, do you know?
It varies seasonally. So right now it's a lot of harvesting and a lot of pulling crops out. When I was using this same space for my food production, I was out here for probably an hour every day. And it's a huge space. Yeah, and that can be like your exercise too. Totally. You're getting your fresh air, your vitamin D, your meditation time. It's very peaceful. An hour is really not that big of a deal when you're saving that much money, right? Yeah, and it's really enjoyable. Yeah. For me, there is really nothing more powerful than taking a seed, and growing food and then harvesting that food and eating it.
Yes.
It's a very, very empowering process, and we all can do it. We all can do it.
Yeah. So whether you have a small space indoors or a balcony or a bigger space or just a little bit of ground in front of or behind your home, wherever it may be. Community gardens are great too,
Absolutely.
right? Have you ever been part of a community garden?
I have been part of them just in passing when I lived in the city.
Yeah, right?
And they're fantastic. And literally for the community, you know, you get to meet people and enjoy that space and get your hands in the earth, which is a really therapeutic thing.
Yeah.
And provide yourself with some food at a very, very reasonable cost.
So you just need some compost, which you could do. We're going to do another video about compost, right? So you can make your own compost.
Absolutely.
You need some seeds, you need a container, some water, some sunshine, and a little bit of time depending on how big it is, and you're good to go with growing your own food.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for giving those tips today. I hope that you guys feel empowered, and I would love to hear from you now. Are you growing any of your own food at home yet? And if so, what is your setup? Where did you learn the resources to do it, and what type of space do you have? I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. We're going to be doing 2 more videos about organic living for you, so check out those. And if you want to get all of these 30 videos in your inbox, you can sign up for the mailing list. The link is right down below, and I will email you every single day with these simple tips on healthy organic eating. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, you can check out ecovegangal.com for more information about healthy, happy living. Thank you so much for being here, Sarah. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Coming ebook. In this video, I'm going to share my personal experience and how this might help you